YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy D Dyson. Just finished Masters of the Air episodes 1 and 2, and I have to say, this is definitely, it was on my top 10 of most anticipated TV shows of 2024, and so far it is delivering on everything. It gives you everything. I've never seen a World War II movie or a show where how intricate this is. You know, as far as, well, I look at it like the CGI in here, it gives you the anxiety of when they're in there and they're getting shot, you know, in the flak. It's so intricate of dealing with what you have to do as far as this was going on in war. And that's what you have to really realize from when they're taking off. Like, just everything about this show. I did not know that it was by Steven Spielberg with Tom Hanks, and this is delivering on every front. It hits all my feels. I'm like, it's a learning curve of that time period of 1940s of just seeing these men just really coming together, and because they're at war. And you have to don't forget that essence of they're at war. So you have Austin Butler as Major Gail Clemens, and they call him Buck. And then you got John Egan, Major John Egan, and he's Bucky. So Bucky tells the story of why they call him Buck. And it was like, you know, Austin Butler was like, yeah, he reminds him of a best friend where he's from named Buck, so he always calls me Buck. But you know, he has kind of a girly name, so that's why it's Buck. And it even presented the anxiety for me when they were flying in to where they were, and how, I forgot, was it like Scotland? And it was just, the wind was just, I was like, oh my gosh, like trying to get there and land just to be in that snowy, just, it's a gateway to be like, oh my gosh, if you survive this, then, you know, welcome to this basic training type of thing before you really get all the way into war. And that's kind of where we start at with these two majors, where they're kind of like, you know, he's getting shipped off, he's going over to England to be like, okay, he's really about to be in it. And you get the first episode of when he's in it, and he's kind of like, whoa, it's war isn't what it cracked up to be, because of the emotional toll behind it, the intricacies behind it. You're waking up every morning and they feed you this beautiful, brilliant breakfast, you know, French toast, you get eggs, you got your coffee, like everything in the morning, because you got to wake up, get your mission, you're going to war. So that's why I was sitting there telling myself, I'm like, how intricate this is. And when, especially with the bomb squadron, and just looking at it through Buck's eyes of when he gets there, he was like, you know, cause he was so like, yeah, you know, don't go dying on me over there. And, you know, but when Bucky's there, Bucky is kind of like, man, so he's drinking a lot more, because he's seeing people die all day long, and how scary it is that you're going up there, basically risking your life every single day. When you go up there, you're risking your life. And it, you know, it hardened him and made him feel like that. Even with Biddick, with Barry Carryogan, like how his character is, as he's from New York, you know, he's entered as a major as well. And it just, it presents different avenues of where these men are from. They're different, there were different things, and then their fathers were different as well. And you just get to see all of the types of things that's happening. One thing that stood out to me was like a private that was, he was in the infirmary, and he was like, yeah, let me see, like, let Major see it, which, because he pissed on himself, because it's so crazy going on up there, he didn't have nowhere to go, he peed on himself, and then he got frostbite all through here. And I was like, ooh, because up there it's negative 50 degrees, you can't do that. And same thing with him touching the gun, and he burned his hands because it's so cold. And I was just kind of like, bruh, the intricacies. And when you're getting back, you see Bucky being affected. And then even with Buck, when he, you know, he's like, yeah, first day in the sawmill, boys. And he went up there, and when he got back down, he was like, you know, 19 of them went up there, 15 came back. And you know, as he's riding with Bucky, and he's kind of like, man, why didn't you tell me? he was like, what, what? He said that it was like that. And he was like, you got to see for yourself, how it is. And it's that feeling that it's like, man, they're forever traumatized. You're going up there, the blink of a dime, you're gone. And then you see in the flak, you get that anxiety when you're in the cockpit with these men, and you see in the flak just boom, boom, boom. It's just all in the air. You see it in these World War II movies, and that they're just weaving all the way through, and it's pressure. But now you're really seeing, as a bomber, you getting hit. Like, it's just smoke, it's just bullets, just you getting hit. And I'm just kind of like, man, so that presents anxiety. And then when the fighters come trying to shoot through the convoy, it's kind of like the anxiety is definitely there. The emotion is definitely there, the emotional toll, because even with Bucky and Biddick on the, when he's drinking, he was like, hit me, I don't feel anything, hit me. And he was like, so it's these emotional tolls that you get from being at war. And I'm just telling myself, I'm like, it's capturing everything. We end off with, they're down there because Biddick, kind of phoned in like, yeah, we're okay, boys, we're in Scotland, we're good. And then it's like, they're doing they're getting drunk, and it's like, we're back and let's do a bike race. And it turns out the sirens run, and then it's like the next town, the next city over, they're getting bomb raided at night, because that's what the English was saying to him. It's like, that's what we do out here, because it's more precision bombing. You don't, a lot more boys get to come home. And it was crazy that Buck agreed at the end, saying that I agree. But, he was like, he said, why didn't you agree with him? He said, I didn't like the way he presented it. I said it. So it all takes a toll of, you're fighting along your fellow countrymen, your allies who get into it with you for the common goal. So it's a lot of things you realize and have to do. And it's just, everything about it, it's like, you're going to war. When they're about to go off on that runway, I still can't think of, I'm still thinking about it. It's like, when they go off on that runway and they were headed out, they were like, Buck pulled out the picture of his girl, and, they're doing the sign of the cross, and it's like, you're going to war. And that's number one. When you, all said and done, you're going up in this air, you may not come back. So that's why I sit there and tell myself, mwah, 2 masterpiece episodes, episode 1 and 2, 10 out of 10s, both of them. I am hooked. We got how many episodes left? It's only 9 episodes, so I think we got 7 more. And kind of seen at the end of episode 2, it's going to get real hectic in episode 3. So I'm telling myself, probably at the end of episode 3 and episode 4 is going to, we're going to get the Tuskegee Airmen and Red Tails. We're going to get the full length of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited for it. I'm here for it, and I cannot wait for more. So, you guys enjoyed my reaction to Masters of the Air, episodes 1 and 2 review. Subscribe to my channel. Post a comment down below and like the video. It's your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.